Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Zackley. Welcome back to the Zackley Show, where we talk about everything that went on in the NBA from the previous day. As always, I appreciate you guys for coming back each and every single day. You guys are the real MVP. But now let's just take a look at everything that did go down yesterday. Let's go. I am worried about Stephen Curry's ankle. He hurt it again last night in the Warriors game against the San Antonio Spurs. Happened within the first 2 minutes of the game. And it's the same right ankle that he tweaked in the Warriors last game, and the same right ankle that kept him out earlier in the season for an extended period of time. Matter of fact, he has a long history of injuries with that same right ankle. He sprained it several times early on in his career, which is why after his rookie deal was up, the Warriors offered him a cheaper contract, 4 years, $44 million. This was because even though they knew he was going to be a fantastic player, they weren't willing to invest more than that into a player who was as injury prone as Stephen Curry was. He was just coming off surgery on the ankle to, quote, repair instability that existed in the ankle due to recurrent ankle sprains. However, that didn't matter too much, as a season after the surgery, he sprained the same right ankle many more times, only allowing him to play 26 games in the 2011-2012 season, which caused him to have yet another operation done on the same ankle, where they, quote, cleaned out loose debris and scar tissue. Since then, though, he had been fine. It wasn't too long after that that he blossomed into the superstar level player that we know him as today, the best shooter that the NBA has ever seen. But now that ankle seems as if it's going to be giving him some more problems again. It is not just me that's worried about this, it's his teammates as well, as Draymond Green said this after yesterday's game.
You saw the Steph twist his ankle and then you were right there, kind of followed him through. Just what was going through your mind when you see him limping like that?
With Steph's ankle injury, it's kind of always a worry. Especially, he's done it so many times where you can kind of tell immediately whether he can get through it or not by his reaction. And just by that reaction that he had tonight, it's kind of a worry. And so, it's great to hear that he's okay and he'll be fine sometime soon. But it's just always kind of hold your breath type of moment when that happens.
This ankle injury in and of itself isn't the biggest deal. He's only expected to miss 2 games and could possibly come back in their next game against the Lakers on Wednesday. But once again, the concern with this has to be, what if what was happening with his ankle earlier in his career is happening again? What if those chronic ankle injuries come back? And if it is, will he be able to stay healthy for the rest of the season, especially in the playoffs? If Stephen Curry goes down in a series against the Thunder, the Spurs, or the Rockets, I hope I don't need to tell you guys that will decrease the Warriors' odds of winning that series tremendously, which would suck. Yes, they would still have KD, Draymond, and Clay. That's still 3 all-stars right there. And yes, they were winning games earlier in the season when they had to play without Stephen Curry, but they weren't winning the same way. Take a look at this. Here are the Warriors stats this year with Steph on the court and without Steph on the court. Field goal, 3-point, rebounds, assists, everything except for blocks, understandably, goes up with him in the game. For crying out loud, they're a plus 477 when he's on the court and only a plus 75 when he's off the court. And let me break that down for you guys even more. Stephen Curry has missed 15 games this year. In those 15 games, the Warriors only beat their opponents by an average of 5 points, compared to 10 points in the games that Curry does play. And to take that a step further, when he does play and comes out of the game, goes to the bench, they've only outscored teams by a total of 18 points. 18 points when Steph Curry is on the bench, compared to outscoring teams by 265 points when he is on the court. So there is no question that even though the Warriors are still a great team without Stephen Curry, they're still able to beat teams. They are not nearly the same level of eliteness that they are with Stephen Curry. Having to go a playoff series without him, that would severely reduce their odds of winning that series. And speaking of injuries, we avoided a very, very scary one yesterday. Like, this was one of the scariest things that I have ever seen. Young Celtics star Jaylen Brown took an extremely nasty fall after dunking the ball on a fast break.
What a move here by Brown, and the finish. Oof.
He went up to dunk, except after he grabbed the rim, he kind of slipped and landed neck first. The man could have easily broke his neck or back, been paralyzed. That could have been a career or maybe even heck life-ending injury, which would have been beyond tragic. Now he did walk himself off the court, so that is a phenomenal sign, and he also took to Twitter not too long after this to give us an update saying that he's okay. Appreciate everybody, I'm okay. Got a huge headache though. Good team win. It's good to know that he's okay, because if he were to suffer a severe injury, then it would be clear that the basketball gods just don't want to see the Celtics win this year. That wasn't the only scary moment yesterday in the NBA though. Terrence Ferguson went down, and for a second you could have thought that he died after running into Steven Adams.
Gather to score.
And I got to see that again, because he passed that ball while Terrence Ferguson was still cutting.
That's it. And we don't know who's basketball. Oh, Ferguson might have gotten knocked out there.
So he just got knocked out for a few seconds, and then he woke up. It was like, you know what, I'm good, let me just go to the locker room real quick. But this just proves the point of what Jimmy Butler said when he said that Steven Adams is the strongest player in the NBA. The dude is a brick wall. Terrence Ferguson ran into him and got knocked out. That's one of the guys in the NBA that I would rather just flat out die than I had to try and fight, because I feel like if I punched Steven Adams, every bone in my body would disintegrate. I would just turn to straight up dust. Now, this doesn't have to do much with anything. Actually, it does kind of relate to Steven Adams, since it was Jimmy Butler that pronounced him as the strongest player in the NBA. And I just found this to be pretty funny, so I wanted to share with you guys. Kind of lighten up the mood after all the negative stuff that we had to talk about earlier, the injury. As we got an inside look at Jimmy Butler's visit that he made to the hospital yesterday.
To fill us out for me. You can do it if you're going to. There you go. Thanks.
Sex all the time. Age, 28. Occupation, baller. That's good. You take them all out? All two of them? Are you gonna yank my stitches out? Like you just yanked that damn Band-Aid off of my skin?
Dude is a clown, bro. Has to be one of the funniest guys in the league. Derrick Rose spoke for the first time since he signed with the Wolves yesterday. He spoke yesterday and signed with the Wolves yesterday, so I mean, yeah. And that was the move that I think pretty much all of us saw coming. He said the only reason that it took so long for him to sign with the team is because he wanted to wait until his new baby was born.
This time, Tibbs gave me time to, I just had a kid. So Tibbs gave me time to get that situation taken care of and come out here whenever I had time. So I respect him for that. So Derrick Rose with the Wolves, back with Tom Thibodeau. It seems fitting, poetic, kind of. However, at the same time, I can't be the only one concerned about the health of Derrick Rose playing under Tom Thibodeau again. We all know Tom Thibodeau's history with players getting injured, maybe playing them too much. So it is concerning to see whether or not Derrick Rose's body will be able to hold up. But it doesn't seem like Derrick Rose is worried about that, as he said that he still thinks he has a lot left to give to the game, and hopefully Tom Thibodeau can be the guy to bring that out of him.
The best coach to get the best out of you.
Who knows? Who knows? I mean, so far he has been the best coach, but I still think I got a lot left. So who knows if he can spark some up.
While this will excite all the Derrick Rose fans out there, look, I'm glad you're excited. I'd love to see Derrick Rose get back to being Derrick Rose. And it's not like I think Derrick Rose isn't capable of producing on the court anymore. No, given the minutes, given the opportunity, given the touches, he can still go out there and get you some buckets. But if you're expecting some type of miracle, some type of resurrection of Derrick Rose back where he looks like 2010, 2011 D Rose, don't set yourself up to be severely disappointed again. Still hoping the best for him, though. Hopefully he can stay healthy from here on out. Hassan Whiteside, what you doing, bro? You're a great player, but what you doing, bro? So in yesterday's Heat vs Sixers games, things got a little tense between Hassan Whiteside and Joel Embiid, mainly because of Hassan Whiteside, as after he blocked Joel Embiid in the paint,
triple doubles. Blocked by Whiteside. His and Embiid and Whiteside are going to both be hit with fouls. Embiid looked like the instigator there.
Oh man, Embiid just hit Whiteside right in the face with a closed fist.
Let's take a look at this.
Wow. Check this out. Oh man.
Dude hit himself in the face after trying to hit Joel Embiid in the back, and then got mad at Joel Embiid for it. Whiteside, you do understand that the refs were going to go look at what happened, and you do understand that when they saw what happened, they would clearly see that it was you who hit yourself in the face after hitting Joel Embiid. And I guess the refs did see that because first off, they called a double foul on the play, which I don't understand because I don't see exactly what Joel Embiid did here. But then they also got Hassan Whiteside for a technical foul for instigating the whole thing. I also like how the announcers were insistent on the fact that Joel Embiid punched Hassan Whiteside in the face with a closed fist. They said they saw it clear as day. It's just hilarious to hear that and then see what actually went down. Joel Embiid didn't find it too funny though, as after the game he says he does not appreciate Hassan Whiteside trying to be a dirty player. Looking at the replay, it looked like I didn't touch him. They called a double foul. He tried to hit me in the back, which is kind of dirty because of the fact that I've had some back problems. So we're going to see about that. I won't forget that. Well, it seems like this rivalry between JoJo and Hassan Whiteside just got a bit thicker. That does it for all the news and updates from yesterday though. Now let's take a quick look at the games from last night. We know that Curry went down in this game, but as for the game itself, other than that, it was a good one. LaMarcus Aldridge versus Kevin Durant, and it looked like the Spurs were going to get the win in this one until KD took over late in the fourth quarter, as he scored 12 straight points to lead Golden State to the 110-107 win over San Antonio. Like I said, they struggled to win without Curry. They still win, but barely. KD with 37 on the night, while Aldridge had 30 points of his own for San Antonio. For the Wolves' sake, hopefully Derrick Rose can provide a huge spark for them. They need it right now, as without Jimmy Butler, they're slipping. And in the Western Conference, there is no room for slipping. They're tied with the 6th seed with OKC right now, but only 2 games out of being the 10th seed. And Butler still isn't expected back for weeks, and the Wolves have an extremely tough schedule coming up. That's scary. It'll be the saddest thing ever if they miss out on the playoffs this year. Boston beat them 117-109 despite losing Brown in the third quarter. Irving scored 23 for Boston, while Bjelica had 30 for the Wolves. Russell Westbrook had an extremely efficient game yesterday, and well, this is the result of that. Then again, this could also be the result of playing against the Suns, as Thunder get the easy 115-87 blowout win over Phoenix. Westbrook hit 11 of his 14 shots to score 27 points to go along with 9 assists and 8 rebounds, while D-Book had 30 for the Suns. Despite Whiteside's antics against Joel Embiid last night, he did get the best of JoJo, no question about it. Whiteside with 26 points and 8 rebounds compared to Embiid and his 17 points and 7 rebounds. And just as Whiteside got the better of Embiid yesterday, the Heat were able to get the better of the Sixers yesterday, as they got the 108-99 win. Both teams now with 35 wins on the season. And the Nets blew out the Hornets 125-111. Allen Crabbe was on fire, scoring 29 points and draining 6 threes. That wraps up all the action from yesterday. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more daily NBA videos. Remember to vote for the player of the day, but also remember the only players whose team won are eligible to win player of the day. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see all of you right back here tomorrow, but until then, I am out of here. Peace!